Hi everyone, it's Thursday. It's a special edition of News 2 Gives Back on this Thursday. I'm meteorologist Marcus Bagwell. News 2 Gives Back is brought to you by Nashville Subaru in partnership with Twice Daily. We are in Hendersonville in Sumner County, and we're here for a very special reason. A couple of months ago, the Hendersonville Fire Department lost someone very, very dear to them, and that was Fire Captain Don Dallenbach. He was served here in this community for a very long time, and he passed away recently due to cancer. And we're wanting to take time to recognize and be able to honor the Hendersonville Fire Department. I'm here with Chief Bush. He's the Hendersonville Fire Chief. And Chief Bush, tell us a little bit about Captain Dallenbach and everything that he means to you and to this department.
So Don was an exceptional employee, very good friend to a lot of folks here, dedicated to his job. I think a lot of times people get mixed up in what they do, but Don was very thorough, and new staff that came to him under his leadership, his abilities, he always made the citizens in the community number one priority, and he inflected that on the staff and made sure that every call that we went out on, that they got top-notch service, with him being part of that and leading that charge.
And we're here at the station that he served at here on the C shift as well, 32 years of serving. You got to work with him a little bit too before you became fire chief. What was it like to be with him on calls each and every day?
Don was, again, very thorough. I mean, there was no task that Don would not take on. And if you gave Don a task, I promise you it was going to be done correctly, sometimes almost to the point that it was a little annoying sometimes. But anytime that Don was told to do something or asked to do something, Don did it to the top notch. And any job it was, like Don was very instrumental at times of wiring vehicles here for us, putting light packages on some of our staff vehicles. And Don always did an exceptional job. So not just out in the public eye, but here at the stations as well, Don was very thorough. And it's a huge gap. One of the guys that's here now that worked with Don actually got promoted after Don's passing, and Don's family wanted him to have Don's collar insignias, and Mark Negrin is the guy that got promoted to captain, and that's the kind of family that we have here. It's the kind of relationships that folks have with folks that they work with and for, and that's what Don meant to us. And Don was always to the end wanting to make sure that we did everything we could to bring awareness to cancer and the fire service, and how we can improve year to year with screenings and processes to negate the possibility of this ever happening again.
Share with us the agencies that assisted you all when you all attended his funeral, the time for you all to mourn, talk about it as a group. What agencies came in and helped you all? Because it was a tremendous support, and many came in from the Middle Tennessee area.
That's correct. So basically what happens, there's a great support cast through the Middle Tennessee Fire Chiefs, and we reach out to them and get resources. So we knew that once this happened that it was going to have an effect on staff and how we operated, and we needed to make sure that we didn't reduce the level of service to the people in the community. I mean, they were suffering with us, but we wanted to make sure that we had a level of service to still maintain in the city. Gallatin Fire came in, Goullettsville, I want to say Franklin offered up some help, Brentwood, Murfreesboro. I mean, we had folks from all over that reached out, and through using the Middle Tennessee Fire Chiefs Mutual Aid Network, we kind of channeled that down. And it's easier to do it that way because it takes the pressure off of us. And Ken Reeves, who's the chief in Goullettsville, is the director for this area. And I gave it to him, and I just said backfill it. And we used some of our driver operators to use our equipment. They just sent the staff, and what a relief it was for us to be able to do that. And then we got to grieve for 12 hours as a family. And then these guys came back to work, and in Don Dallenbach fashion, they had 2 working fires that night.
Wow, that's a lot. And we're very thankful for those agencies that came in and helped. Finally, will you talk about the Barry Brady Act? You were up on Capitol Hill yesterday, and y'all are advocating for a few more cancer presumptions to be added there. Talk about that, and also the mental perspective. We were just talking a moment ago about these guys go through a lot, and this is not an easy job at all. While they're here at the fire hall a lot, when they get that one call, it could be a big mental drain, but also a health drain too.
That's correct. So basically, before Don passed, we spent a lot of time together. A lot of these folks coming in and out of Don's house and spent time with him. And Don's wish was for us to bring more awareness about cancer. And one of the things that I did is I called the state representatives, Johnny Garrett, William Lamberth, Farrell Hale, William Slater, and I just asked them if we could seek the opportunity to add pancreatic cancer and breast cancer to the already existing Berry-Brady Act. And as of yesterday, they had a subcommittee meeting, and it passed 7-0, 7-4, 0 against, to add those two cancers to the bill, which is huge for us here. Pancreatic cancer, if you've ever dealt with anybody with it, it is one of the most deadly forms of cancer. Don was diagnosed and died 58 days later. Gave 32 years of his life to the community, to the department. Like I said, Don was a very hard worker and worked his whole life, and then it was taken away from him and his wife and kids 58 days later. And it's important that folks realize that the dangers we face is not just with physical firefighting, it's mental aspects as well, and those are lasting things. The trauma that we see, anybody that's in public safety, the things that we see, the things that we deal with on a regular basis, we have to process that. And it's not always easy to process it, and then when you have medical conditions that pop up with that, it makes it very distressing, and it takes away from the ability to be able to hire folks. Folks start seeing those numbers. I think we talked about last year in 2024, 72% of the deaths in the fire service were cancer related. And that's an astronomical number, and we're going to do everything we can in our power, as we promised Don, to make sure that we do what we can to catch this early. Prognosis and deflection would be a great way to slow that number down.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to end on a positive note. You all want to keep the memory of Don alive here, and there is a Sporting Clays tournament that is happening upcoming soon, I believe at the end of April. What can you tell us about that, and how exciting that is to keep his memory going and to help support his family too?
So the firefighters local here, the union, which is made up of folks that work here in the fire department, again, come up with ideas to try to help Don's family after Don passed. And that was one of the things they came up with. This clay shoot is going to be a fantastic event. They've posted all over social media. It's a great opportunity for folks to come out, show their support. It's also a way, there's been so much help from the community. Andy Gilley, the parks director, they had a Hometown Jams Music Fest last Thursday night for the Dallenbach family. All of the family was there. There were some great artists there singing music, and they raised over $10,000. That went to the Hendersonville Citizens Fire Academy that will be given to Denise and the family for future. And that's what this stuff's about. It's about keeping Don's legacy alive. We're never going to forget Don and what he meant to us. And these folks here are coming up with ways every day to make sure that happens.
Sounds good. Chief Bush, thank you so much. Thank you all for what you all do each and every day. I think a lot of it goes a bit unnoticed sometimes, and there is some health concerns with that too. And the things that y'all are doing to help make sure that these guys are taken care of is great. And we definitely want to just continue to pray for you all and keep y'all in y'all's thoughts, and the family in our thoughts too. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're excited. We brought them lunch today just to say thank you for everything that they do and just to help keep the memory alive. We'll make sure we share more information you can find about the Memorial Sports Clay Tournament. That's going to be, you can find that on the Hendersonville Fire Department page. We brought them lunch. It's all brought to them by Nashville Subaru in partnership with Twice Daily. And thanks for watching this special edition of News 2 Gives Back.